Apk Release version. Hello, everyone. So we're going to speak about the Apk Release version in this video. On the last one, we finished our application. Our application is ready to publish. You probably tinkered around with it. I'm glad you did. But before we publish our application to Google Play, we need to learn something about the application release version. So it is an important part because your application will be published according to this Apk release version. So in this part, there are two parameters. The first one is version code, and the second one is version name. Version code is a positive integer value that starts from 1 to this number. And this is, of course, an important value because when you publish your application on Google Play will take this number as a reference code. So when you update your application, Google Play will check this number. Now, it has to be a bigger number from the previous version. So, for example, if you define this value as 1, first time you publish it, you will have to define at least 2 when you update your application. So every update, you will need to increase this number. So if you give a smaller value to the update, Google Play will not accept your application as an updated version, right? So version code is, well, exactly as stated for Google Play. Version name is a string value that we will show to the users. So when you update your application, users will see this value and they will know which version of the application that they will be using. For example, you define this value in the first time you published it, right? Version, let's call it 1.0. And when you update your application, you can define this number, version 2.0. So when the users see the update in their device, they will know that this is version 2.0, and then they can decide to update the application or not. Now, in every update, you can define a new string for this value. This value is not important for Google Play. This is between you and the users. That's the difference, right? So why don't we go ahead to Android Studio and see how to make these changes. So if we have a project in Android Studio, we will see how to define these values for this project. So you see here, there is a Gradle scripts section. Now under this section, there is build Gradle module app file. And I'm going to open this file. And in this file, you can see the previous version code and version name. Version code is an integer value and 1. If we generate APK file using this number 1 and publish it to Google Play will remember this number. So when you update your application, Google Play will check this number, and if it is the same or smaller from the previous number, Google Play will not accept your updated APK file. So this is the version name, and it's a string value. It is written between the quotation marks. So now it's 1.0. So when we publish this application, that's what the users see, this value. And when we update this application, users will see the new value that we've changed it to. Okay, so that's about that. How do we change the values? That's what you want to know. So check it out. If I delete this number and write in a different number, a Sync Now button appears. So when I click this button, Android Studio will change this number. That's pretty cool. So we learned how to change the APK version in this video. See you in the next one. Building APK files. All right, so hello everyone. We will learn how to generate a signed APK file. We need a signed APK file if we want to upload and publish to Google Play, right? So let's go to Android Studio and see how to do it. So, of course, we finished our project in Android Studio, and in that last video, we mentioned the version code. So now we just need to create an APK file so that we can publish it to Google Play. And I'll just go to the Build menu and click Generate Signed APK Bundle. When I click it, a new window opens. So in this window, there are two options. First one is Android App Bundle, and the second one is APK file. So the Android App Bundle is a new version of Android APK. If you use Bundle, your APK file size can be smaller, but it only works on Google Play. So it's a new feature. If you want to use it, of course you can use it. If you want to learn more about it, you can just search for it on the internet. The procedure is the same. So, all right, I'll show you the bundle first. I will select Bundle and click Next. And in the next section, first you just need to select the key store path. And this is a password file. First, you will create this file and save it on your computer. And then when you create an APK file, you will select it from your computer. And I'll show you how to create this file in the next video. So I'll click, choose Existing, and select this file from my computer because I've created this file before, as I just said. And then after that, I just write the password of the file, define the password when I created this file, hang in there. So this is the first section. When we create an APK file, there are two password sections. The first one is for all of the applications. It's a password file that I will show you how to create in the next video. But the second one is special for every application's APK file. For this application, I will create a new one. And I will just click here and select Create a New Key. And I need to give it a name, right? Give a name to this password key. So I'll name it, well, it'll just be To-Do List Project. Now, after that, I will need to define a password for this key. Now, this is very important. If you forget this password, you will not update your application in Google Play again. Because when you upload an updated APK, Google Play will check its password. If it's not the same, Google Play will not accept your APK file. So I advise you to write this password somewhere. Keep it safe. And just in case you're wondering, this password is valid for 25 years. Just so you know. So now I need to write some information here. At least I need to fill in one space and click OK. So now I have a to-do list project key and its password. Now you can check, remember password. If you check this checkbox, it will remember your password for creating an APK file. Again, this password is very important. I have a password file with its password and a password key with its password. Okay, so now click Next. And now there are two options, Debug and Release. So debug, of course, is for testing your APK. Not going to use it right now, so I'm going to select Release. Now in here, we can choose where to save the generated APK file. And I'm going to choose a file, and we have a folder named To-Do List Project. So in this folder, there's an app folder, and in the app folder, there is a build folder. And I will create a new folder in the build folder. Its name will be Release. Android Studio will save this APK file in this Release folder. So if I click Finish, Android Studio will create this APK file. But before clicking Finish, I want to go back to the top. So if I select APK section and not the bundle, what will happen? If you create an APK file, you can publish it in other platforms as well. For example, the Amazon Marketplace, or there are some APK sites. People download from these sites all the time, and they download APK files. Android devices can take AP files from the outside as well, not just from Google Play. So I will select APK and click Next. And this part is the same, so I'll click Next. And this part is also the same, so I will click and select Release. So the difference here is in these checkboxes. So I will check 2 of them and click Finish. So now Android Studio is producing an APK file. Android Studio will write all of the features in this APK file. So this can take some time according to your computer speed and the size of the file. But for now, mine is finished. Android Studio generated an APK file. So let's look at this file in the folder. It's under the C, Users, Android Studio Projects, To-Do List Project, App, and Release folder. And this is the APK file. So now I can publish this APK file on Google Play. So what do you think? We learned how to create the APK file in this video. But stay tuned. We've got some more info in the next video. Signing the APK file. Hello, everyone. We will learn how to sign your APK file with an encrypted file and how to create this encrypted file in this particular video. So let's go to Android Studio and see it in practice. Of course, we learned how to create an APK file. So I will click Build, Generate, Sign APK. Then I will select APK or App Bundle and click Next. Okay, so here we will create a new password file. Now, in the previous video, I used the password file that I created before. So this time I do want to create a new one. And I will click Create New. So first we need to define where we will save this file. So this is an encrypted file, and you will need to save this on your computer. I mean, it's not just a keyword and a password, right? So this is a JKS extension file. So where you save this file is so very important, because if you delete this file, or it's deleted by accident or some other happenstance, you will not be able to update your application again. Even if you create a new file, it will not be useful. You will create this file just one time, and you can use this file for all of your applications. So I will advise you, you should be able to save this file in the cloud, at least in 3 places. Because if your computer has a problem, it will not update your application again, right? So keep it safe. So here I will select a folder and I will give it a name. Let's call this, the name can be password example. So you can, give it whatever name you want. So then I'm going to create a password. Now this, of course, is important as well, because if you forget the password, there is no reset password option. So this alias section is the second part, and you will create this password key and the password for this APK file. So when you create another APK file, you will create this second part again, because the second part, the password key and the password, are different for every application. So I will write to-do list for the key, and I will write a password for this key. And this password is valid for 25 years. And also, I'm going to fill in at least one space and click OK. Now, the password.jsk file is ready. Now, I've also defined a password for this file. Key alias is to-do list. And there's another password for this alias part. And the second part is different for every application. So after that, when I click Next, it will continue. Okay, so now we have come to another yet very so important part. You will create this file just one time, and you can use this file for every application. So this is an encrypted file. Now, I want to show this file to you. I will open the Save folder, and here's the file. Now, you can take this file from here and save it to another folder, or you can send this file to your drive, but keep it safe. And remember. So we have learned how to sign your APK file in this video. I want to see you in the next video. Google Play Developer Account. Hello, everyone. We will learn how to open a Google Play Developer account if you don't have one already. You will use this account to publish your application on Google Play. You will need to open an account in this platform. So after that, you can publish your application APK file on Google Play. So first, we will open Google Chrome. Second, you will need a Gmail account. If you don't have a Gmail account, where have you been? You will need to create one. Then you just sign in with your Gmail account. The Gmail account, of course, is vital these days because you will use this Gmail account everywhere. If you publish a paid application, for instance, you will receive your money from Google Play using this Gmail account. Or if you add Google Ads into your applications, you will get your advertising revenue with this Gmail account. So you will use this Gmail account everywhere. All right, so I signed in with a Gmail account, and then I'll write Google Developer Account on Google. And then I will click on this link. So this link will open the Google Developer Account page. And I'll click on the Sign In button. So after that, this page opens, and there are 4 steps. And now we will accept the developer agreement. You should read the agreement and check the Accept checkbox. So after that, you can click Continue Payment button. Now, the developer fee is €25, and you will pay this fee just one time. It's not an annual or a monthly fee, and you can publish as much as you want and as many applications as you need to, as you want to, using this particular account. So when you click on Continue to Payment button, this credit card page will open, and you can write your credit card details in here. I'm not going to continue on from here because I already have an account. I've already paid my fee. So I will use that account after this, but I did want to show it to you for that reason. So after you have created your account, you can sign in with your account and get to this page and go from here. So that's how to open a Google Developer account. And we will publish our application in the next video. So I hope to see you there. Release your application. Hello, everyone. We will learn right now how to publish your application on Google Play in this video. So, as a result of some pretty great efforts, right? I mean, you really need to pat yourself on the back. You've made it this far. You've got a great application. You can publish your application on Google Play. You can be a registered developer for Android. So we opened the Google Developer account in the previous video. So now I will go to the Google Play Developer page. So this is the Google Play Developer account. Your account page will look like this, except you will not see this application information because you've not published anything yet. So I published 7 applications, and this is information about my applications. So after you created your developer account, you will see this Google Play console page. And there are some menu options here, such as all applications, game service, download report, and so on. And I'll click on Create Application button, and it will open this page. Default language, English. Now you can also support other languages on this page as well. So then you need to give a title to your application here. And what will I do? I'll write to-do list and click on the Create button. And then this page will open. So first you will need to write a brief explanation of your application in this section. When users will be searching for applications on Google Play, they will see your application title as well as this explanation. And I'll write some explanation here. You can write whatever you like. You can even have written it beforehand and just copy and paste it here. So after that, you're going to write a full description of your application. So that means that when the users want to learn more information before they download your application, they will read this explanation. You know how it works. You've been there. So now you need to add an icon of your application. So this icon size has to be 512 by 512 pixels. And this is the icon that the users will see. Title and brief explanation on Google Play the first time with your application. Now I've already prepared an icon before, so I will add this icon and continue. After you load your icon, you can see what it will look like on Google Play. All right, so in this section, you will need to add screenshots of your application. Now you have to add at least 2 screenshot photos. If you have tablet screenshots, you can add them as well. If you develop for other devices, you can use those screenshots too. Now I've prepared 2 screenshots for this. I will select these 2 photos and add them here. And then after that, you need to bring a big size photo of your application here. So this is also a necessary field. This photo size has to be 1024 by 500 pixels. And I've already prepared this photo, so I'm going to add this photo. Now I'm using the same photo every time. You don't have to use the same photo. Also, I changed the size of the photo every time, and it, of course, doesn't look that good in the photo, but you really should use some really good images, of course, and the exact sizes for your applications, because this part is also about marketing your application. I'm just showing you how to do it. not an example of aesthetics. All right, so I added this photo too. Now, if you want, you can add an introduction video, some gameplay or something, whatever. Of course, this to-do list is not a game, but you know what I mean. First, you will upload your video on YouTube, and then you can just write in its link or copy and paste it here. So that way people can watch this video right here on this page. Okay, so after this is complete, you will need to select the type of your application. And of course, there are two options, games and applications. You can choose one of them according to the type of your application. Of course, I will select the applications option. So now you need to select a category. So you can select one of them, and I will select lifestyle, I guess. Now, if you have a website for your particular application, you can write its address here. And you will need to write a mail address here. It's also a necessary part so that the users will see this email address and can send you email about your application using this address. You can use a particular or special email address in this part. It's up to you. And you can write a phone number in this field. This one is not necessary, but this part is important. So you need to prepare a privacy policy and publish it on the web. After that, you need to write its address in this field, and you can do that using Google Drive. So the privacy policy can change according to your application. You can prepare this with a lawyer, but also you can read the user data policy section and prepare it yourself. So for now, I will check not submitting a privacy policy URL at the current time section. Okay, so now this part is ready, so I'll click on Save Draft. So this is the first part. The store listing is checked. We need to finish these 3 parts to publish our application. So to continue, we will need to upload an APK file. And I will click Apk Release section. And of course, it gives us some options here. You can release an alpha or beta version of your application. And then after you publish these versions, you can publish the production APK file. We will publish production APK directly. We will click on the Manage button. Then I will click on the Release button. And then I will click on the Continue button. And now I can upload the APK file into this section. And I'll just click Browse File and find APK. And now it's uploading. Now, it did not upload the file. Why? Because Google Play does not accept com.example package name. So we need to change the package name. So I did this because I want to show you how to change the package name and why it's important. So now you know why it's important. So let's go to Android Studio. And you can see here the package name. So I'm going to change it. And I will click Android section and select Project Source File. And you can see the package name under the source folder. So I'm going to change example folder name, and I will right click on the example folder and select Refactor, Rename. Then I will click on Rename Package button and change package name. I'll write company as a package name. You can write whatever you want. And I'll click on the refactor button. Okay, then I'll click on the refactor button again. And now the package name is changed. And then I will change its name from the Gradle file and click the Sync Now button. I can rebuild the project again. Now, if you do this part, you won't have a problem in the next part. After that, I need to create a signed APK file again. And of course, you know the process. So I don't have to explain this part right now, right? And everything is the same. And then after Android Studio finishes the build, I will go back to Google Play Console again. And I'll click on Upload Another APK File button. And then I will click on the Browse File button, select New APK File. And now you can see that it is uploading the APK file. Excellent. So the APK file has uploaded successfully. Now, if you notice here, it gave the 1.0 code automatically. So if you want, you can change this code. You can write something about new features of your application. I'm not going to write anything here. And then I will click on the Save button, and then I'll click on the Review button. And you can see here, Start Rollout, the production button is not clickable because we have to finish these sections. So I'll click on Content Rating. And you have to write an email address here. And you do have to confirm it. Not just anybody can get through these steps, right? So after that, you need to select your app category. I will select the entertainment category. And you need to read these explanations and select your application category according to these explanations. So after that, you need to explain and answer some of these questions about your application. You'll need to answer honestly these questions because it will rate your application, and then people will be able to download your application according to this rating. So if you answer these questions without being honest, you will be punished. Won't get into that now, but just know there are consequences. So you can read these questions carefully and answer as honestly as you can. And then you can click on Save Questionnaire, and it will save your answers. Now, click on the Calculate Rating button. And my application rating is Peggy 3. I will click on Apply Rating, and now the content rating is checked. So after that, I will go to the App Content section. And to continue on to this section, I will need to finish the Pricing and Distribution section. I'll first go to the Pricing section. And first I have to select the application type. Is my application free or is it paid? This is important because if you select the free option, you will never be able to change it. I'm going to select free. And then you will choose in which countries you want your application to be published. And I'm just going to select all of the countries because I want to publish my application to the entire planet. And then I will select whether the application contains ads or not. And I'm going to select no. Now, if you want to add ads, you can change this option later. So after this, it's optional. And you can read and select some options. And now I'm going to click on the Save Draft button. Now, there are some missing points, and I will check them and then click the Save Draft button again. All right, so now pricing and distribution gone through. They're all checked. After that, I'm going to go to the app content section, and I will select target age group in this section. And if you select the under 13 age group, you have to add a privacy policy. So I'll check above the age of 18 and then click on the next button. After that, you'll need to decide whether your application will be shown to children or not. So you need to read this part very carefully and click according to your particular answer. Right now, I'm just going to click no and then click on the next button. And now you can review your answers and click the submit. So now the app content section is ready. And I can go to the app release section. And I will click on Edit Release. Then I'll click on the Review button. Now it's time to celebrate. So after you click this button, your application will be published to Google Play, and people around the world will be able to download it. So that's how you publish applications on Google Play. I've got some great stuff coming up in the next video, so I want to see you there.